Hey, what's up? So I want to share with you 5 amazing exercises that you can do at home or at the gym that will really help your ability to run. So you can run longer, run maybe faster, but really prevent injury and pain from occurring. The running is running form is very crucial. So to get running form, you have to do exercises on the side to improve your muscle function and performance so you can do it right, get out there and run the distance that you want to do without having pain. Many times pain arises from running in the knee, the hip, the lower back. So these exercises will help make sure those areas are aligned properly. You have the right stability in those areas, so there is not a fear of injury when you go do the thing you want to do. And I want to encourage you guys to to click the link below and get my 6 fundamental core exercises that you can do at home to start training the core. It's a detailed instructional video on how to do the exercises, what you're training, and then once you get that down, then you can advance from there and really start progressing in all your exercises. You have to develop a nice core. So I love that video. So download that. You can also stay in touch with us. That'll be delivered to your inbox and you'll be on our mailing list. So yeah, we'll go right into these exercises. Hope you enjoy them, and if you have any questions, just comment or email me or get in contact with us, give us a call. So yeah, here we go. So the first exercise will help a person improve the mobility of the ankle. So when you run, you really want to make sure the ankle is moving right, so there's not any compensation movements in the foot. The foot doesn't go into any abnormal position, but also if you can control the foot alignment, you'll be able to control the knee alignment, hip and lower back. So this exercise is amazing to make sure that ankle hinges during the run properly. So you can put your foot up onto a plyo box or a weight bench and then just work on pushing the knee forward like that while keeping the heel down. Make sure the heel doesn't pop up. If it does pop up, that probably is a sign that you're tight. So you should be able to really draw that knee forward and keep that heel down. If you don't have it initially, just keep working into it. Really try to hold it for, say 30 seconds to a minute, and then come out of it. And then another amazing stretch is the hip flexor stretch. So a hip flexor is a muscle in front of the hip here that flexes the hip, but if it's tight, it limits this motion here, extension. So when you run, if you don't have that proper extension through your hip, you're not going to have a proper stride through the hip, and you can take up the force into your lower back, and you can start getting some back pain. But it can also lead to some knee issues as well. So we want to make sure that hip flexor is nice and stretched. So to do that, my favorite one is get down on one knee, other one's forward into a lunge. Hold on to something if you don't have good balance in this position, and then just lean forward here like that, and then just feel that stretch right there through that front of the hip. So looking at it from the front angle, it's like this. There. And if you don't feel the stretch, you can add a few elements, like you could squeeze your butt muscle a little bit more and really try to engage that glute and push it back. And then if you still want more of a stretch, you can lean over to the side. And that will help to open up the flank area, the abdominals, and a stretch into that hip flexor. So when you're running, there's always that instance where you're landing on one leg, and so it's very important to have muscle control to control that impact on the leg. So if you don't have muscle control, as I impact, my knee can crash in, my foot can crash in, my pelvis can drop, and that can lead to knee pain, hip pain, lower back pain, and so forth. So a really nice training tool is just working on hopping in place onto one foot or one-legged bounce. So just kind of go like this. Make sure when you land, the foot's straight, the knee lines up with the foot, and the pelvis stays level so it doesn't drop like that. And then switch to the side. Just kind of working on that. Now I'm not perfect, but as I continue to do it, my brain takes over and can really start getting it down and doing the right movement. And I'd also encourage you to do that in front of a mirror. Put a mirror right in front of you so you can see how you're landing and that you're making sure that you're keeping good alignment. So another exercise is called the runner's pose, or a reverse lunge, you can call it. So you're trying to go back like this here, making sure that you're keeping good posture in the upper body, making sure the knee is tracking right over the foot so it doesn't crash in, and again, the pelvis doesn't drop like that. So you go back into that position there, keep the core tight, nice and solid, and come up into this position, single leg balance. So you're working on that ability to land and control your balance and control over the alignment of your foot, knee, hip, and lower back. So just keep going up and down. There, and from the side, you can see I'm really trying to extend back too. That even can help lengthen the hip flexor. And there, okay? So you don't want to, hunch forward like this. You don't want to do any side-to-side movements. Everything should stay nice and straight. You may not be able to do it initially, but you keep practicing and it'll get easier and easier, and you really get that muscle control. So it's really important to get that an explosive component to your exercise too. So you want to incorporate a plyometric. So I like to do lateral bounds. The reason I like to go lateral is because that'll help to strengthen more the side of the hip, the side of the core. So you got to get those muscles strong too. So when you're running, you're not landing like this and the pelvis isn't dropping. You're not doing any side to side motions, straining your lower back and putting added stress to your hip. So the lateral bound will really help to control that. So you want to make sure you're landing with your foot straight, knee right over that foot, and vice versa the other direction here. So you don't want to land like this here where the knee crashes, and that's going to put too much torque on the ligaments. The ACL is going to grind down the meniscus and so forth. So you want to make sure you're landing knee straight there. So it's a little difficult, but you'll really get a lot of good balance out of this. And then when you run, you'll have amazing control and your run will go a lot smoother. So I hope that helps.